I've been mayor for 2 terms and I did not really lose. And that's why I would have finished my 3rd term. Now, I have been also the vice mayor and now I became the mayor. So with that, it's just but proper that I would like to really finish the unfinished, which was the 1 term supposedly of the 3 terms that I owed and I believe I deserve. And my track record, well, definitely, and I do not want to enumerate because it's all being also cited.
I can give an assurance to all Cebuanos, Dave Tumulak, to their leadership skills. And I have a political will to do it. Third, my service comes from the heart. From the heart. And I am not corrupt. People first oriented ang atong project. And including the governance. Dave Tumulak focus on what was on the ground. What was really the problem on the ground. And Dave Tumulak action again.
I think it's really not up to me why I should be or I should not be. I'm offering people an alternative, a different alternative now. We have been used all this time to be, to look at the mayor, especially in our city. They say, na ang mayor ang amahan sa atong dakbayan sa Cebu. So I really ask people, andam na ba ta na inahan naman? And to give them a choice, to give them an alternative to what is already here, what has been experienced even in the past. And we have seen what has happened, people coming to the city, people living in the city, they have seen Cebu always under a male. I'm not saying a man, I'm not saying it's good, it's bad, but why don't we try something else? A different standpoint, from a different standpoint, from a woman's standpoint.
Biggest problem we had been hit by Odette, and it was more emphasized, and that was power, water, and we call it communication. So with all of these 3, and with everybody helping, not just me, from a consultative, participatory, and under certain advocacies, ideologies, and philosophies. This will be more or less from a point of convergence. We would have really a better way of solving this problem. Let everybody get involved, for together we can make great things happen for Cebu City.
Number 1 problem is leadership. Guidance nga to sa atong mga tao. Mo ginay nag-una nga mga problema. Politika, nanobra ang politika sa atong takbayan. Hinungdan nga atong mga katawhan, some of them are disoriented also. Because what may klaro nga guide from the higher office. Ang atong other sectors, I salute to them. Even without the proper guidance from the higher authorities, they themselves, they do it on their own. Especially sa atong mga barangays. So, I will honor kadto sa atong mga residents sa Cebu City, even though there are some circumstances they encountered nowadays, but still, di barog ang mga Cebuano.
So maybe we should prioritize. There are 2 sets of priorities. What is important? What is the most important? Like, for example, when you think of a car, what is the most important part of a car? Knowing that, is it the brakes? Is it the gas pedal? Is it whatever part there is? Knowing, but then you realize, one cannot be without the others. You cannot just take out one and say, without this, because the car won't run. So you have to look at it as a whole. You solve the problem by looking at it and facing it and See, okay, what do we have to solve it? Do we have the people? Do we have the expertise? Do we have the resources? Resources being, again, back to the people, because that is our greatest resource. There are so many people in this city who are good in what they do. But is that enough? But you have the resources, but you don't have the financial capability. Then you look at that. And if you do not have the expertise that is needed at the moment, you look for it, because there will be some. Like going back to the pandemic. I mean, the city, as city officials, could not just face that. They had to, they would have had to coordinate with the health officials, and then eventually the business, right? Because how did it affect the people?
Operation. The letter A, adequate water supply, our resettlement and housing, urban and upland development, as you, good governance, public safety, and disaster resiliency. That's G. Comprehensive educational support, environmental management and sustainability, and that's for Cebu. Barangay welfare and community development, universal health care program for elderly and PWD, city cultural, historical arts and tourism, infrastructure, technological advancement, traffic management and mass transit system, youth, children, and sports development. This is the platform.
One of the priority of our platforms is the assurance for giving free hospitalization, free medicine, free medical checkup for all the Cebuanos. Second is the livelihood program for our Cebuanos. Third is the law and order. There should have been a law and order and strict enforcement of the existing ordinances that we have. The fourth, this is a type of government na government will support the businessmen. Okay? It should have been a business friendly. Ato na gitumanan ng business friendly. Naasa na nga to ang mga automation and any other transactions sa city government. Smart city atong ipa-implement ang atong smart city sa atong dakbayan. And then another empowerment sa ato ang mga barangay officials. And lastly, atong other ikahatag sa dato sa atong mga Cebuanan was the unity.
My administration, if given the chance, will be service-oriented. And it means that the government services must be provided efficiently, timely, transparently, and as economically as possible. Those four. Those are the four traits that hopefully a service-oriented administration can bring with it. And all throughout this one, it must be responsive to the people. We must listen. We must listen to the people. And you cannot give assistance 5 months from now when it's assistance that is needed right now. Like for example, when Odette struck, assistance was needed immediately, and you must be responsive. You must be there. They must see you. Sometimes you cannot solve the problem immediately, but the fact that you are there with them, like in a home.
I never have to think about less or more. They all will play a very important factor and should be given substantial attention. Knowing my character, that I never stop. No stone to be left unturned. And I am more of means to an end, and I would like to see the fruit, and therefore this will all be given equal value because and much attention, so that when my term for 3 years will be over, it should be remembered that I am not just talking, but more of walk the talk, and the record will tell.
Prioritize tanan, Mayor.
It has to be, because if it's a platform, it plays a very important position in its perspective.
Most confident is the giving of medical assurance to all these Cebuanos. That's one. And less confident is the education. Yeah, the education. It takes time. It needs also cooperation from the legislative aspect in regards to this.
Have 2 more minutes, guys.
2 more minutes. Ang lainsad nga ma-implement sa gid nato is the livelihood. I can assure, no, with the help of the national government, naagi na ang ato ang livelihood kay kahatag nato sa atong mga Cebuanos and to support our business sector.
I cannot guarantee, no, but I will. What I can say is that, again, look at what we have. Look at the areas where we excel. At one time, we excelled in children's programs. We were the most child-friendly city. The priority was given to the youth and to the children, and it was recognized, right? And then, at one time, you know, we were also given the awards for being very inviting to investors who wanted to be here, to the investment promotion program. And that was a joint effort with the local government unit and the business sector. So it is really coordination and bringing out the best in each other. What one cannot do, the other can do, as long as you have the same goal. You work hand in hand. You know, you recognize that, yes, we both want to get there, but I can only do this. So can you do this other part? And I think that bringing out the best in each other is a factor that we should always keep in mind.
I am a 30 years in service, interrupted as far as public, but never had ended. Still, for the 3 years, I was still connecting with all the barangays. Number 2, I have a track record at the same time, replete of many activities that will bring meaning, greater good for the greater number. Vox Populi, Vox Dei, Salus Populi is Suprema Lex. And I wish that it would be being reminded that I am again here, wanting to become an elected mayor. And I can assure you, I will serve you with all my mind, with all my heart, and with all my soul. Give me a chance to serve as elected, for together we can make greater things happen for Cebu City.
Kaya nga ito ang mga katawan sa Dakbayan Sugbo. Pili na ito usikan karang umabot ng Mayo 9. Ang Mayo 9, this would be the gauge, no, sa ato ang next generation. Na kung makadaog si Dave Tumulak, makasiguro yun nga bagong dakbayan sa Sugbo ilahang matagamtan. Ug mapildi magani si Dave Tumulak, ug unsa ta karon nga atom na sinati hangtod sa hangtod magpabilin ta. And mark my word, makaluluoy ta og samot ug di nato ni maputol ang sistema ngayon ini sa atong dakbayan. Hingpit nga mawa ang pamulitika sa pagserbisyo.
I am at the point in my life when I can look back more than I can look forward to, because that's being practical. Whatever I am now has been achieved through connecting the dots in my life that at one point I didn't even think about them. Then I think now, oh, it's connecting. It's time. If I can give whatever I am, and if it's acceptable to the people, and hopefully it is, then there it is. That is my message. Give us a chance, you know. So, then again, remember, women hold half the sky. So, give the women a chance. Inahan na.